Looking like someone drugged me, they wanted to unplug me.
Welcome to Old Drunken Discography. I'm your host, Jason. With me is Tim, with the Stray Cat shirt on.
Welcome, Jason, to the Summer Olympics here in beautiful downtown Paris. Back to you, Jason.
All right, next time we check in with you, make sure you have an update on something important. And Bill?
Getting an update now? People are sporting, Jason. People are sporting here in Paris, France, and it's very exciting, and I'll have more information as it develops.
Sounds good, sounds good. Okay, from the weather...
Back to you, Jason.
Bill? Our weatherman, Bill?
Did I let you know I'm with you? And it's kind of raining outside right now, but it looks to clear up here in the next little bit. I'm not in Paris. I'm at different place. It's nice disco lights in the back. From the future. Stay tuned to see what happens next when Red Hot Chili Peppers releases their 15th studio album when we rank it.
And our feel good stories cover person, Hannah.
Hey.
And Ed, who is our... What the hell does he do?
He's a returning champion.
Oh,
with a total weekly earnings of $4.12.
Hey, Tim, watch out, man. You might see a ball of fire above your head out in Paris. It's just the dumbest thing ever. Like, why? I mean, it's just, you're supposed to light the cauldron, not, like, lift it up above a city. And then that was really
I'm getting reports that singing heads that have been decapitated are happening here in Paris, France.
Oh, and Snoop Dogg got to light the part of the torch. That was cool.
Yeah, it's not all he lit.
Did it look like a joint to you guys too? I was like, he's carrying a huge joint. That's what I thought it was at first. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh, I've already seen the memes popping up. I've already seen the memes.
Reminder to like and subscribe as YouTube algorithm hates us.
And sign up for our Patreon so we can get Hannah a phone holder.
Yes, so keeps falling.
Make it rain up in the Patreon.
All right. I'm with you. Who wants to start this one?
I'm going to start this one. So I wouldn't say I feel passionately about it, but I feel something about this album. All right, we're at 2011 now with Red Hot Chili Peppers. They've been, 26 years after their first album, I think? It's enough years that at this point, 28. Hey, for quick math, I think I did okay. I can't remember if it was 85 or 83.
Pretty good.
So obviously, a lot of bands that started in the 80s, changed some of their sound, experimented with different things, and that's okay. And we got this album they released in 2011. And experimental, I don't know. I know Tim talked about Flea disappearing. By the way, for me, what bass? There was nothing on this album, bass-like. Nothing unique on that bass section, but I'm going to go song by song and take you on the magical mystery tour of my mind.
Hey, now that's a better album.
That is a better
album. So we're starting off this with Monarchy of Roses. Remember to like and subscribe on YouTube, because what the fuck? Is this a speaker issue I'm having with my phone? Nope. It's not. They chose that production quality for this opening song. Okay. It's not. It's, you know what? It happened. Why they did that? I don't know. They thought they were being edgy in 2011. I feel like that radio type sound was, popular in 1978, maybe? A little bit late there. Factory of Faith. Back to the funk drive, kinda? I don't think anyone wanted this in 2011 with how they changed it, though. It's not the original funk sound.
Wait, Bill. Let's go back and forth on this one.
Oh, yeah. Let's do it.
Let me catch up. Let me catch up.
Definitely catch up. Hey, like everything, you're playing catch up to be here.
Monarchy of... No, shut the... We'll get you your rankings in a minute. Monarchy of Roses had this weird disco thing going on. It was interesting and different, at least. Still a dumb opener. Factory of Faith, kind of funky at first, but turns into standard peppered rinse and repeat on the chorus. Okay.
All right, we get to Brendan's Death Song. It's a pretty song, but nothing new going on. Could have been I called give. It happened. Nothing crazy going on.
Not too bad.
Ethiopia had some sort of reggae feel going on. Is that funk? I don't know, really. It's decent. I don't think it is. I don't know what they were trying to do with that one.
E-I-O,
One of the highlights of the
E-I-O,
album.
E-I-E-I-O.
E-I-E-I-O, pass.
They're talking about the vowels in the
Old
word
MacDonald
Ethiopia.
had a farm.
E-I-O-I-E-I-A is the vowels on Ethiopia.
Anyways, we get to
E-I-O-I-E-I-A.
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's not bad. Kind of catchy, maybe.
Boring. Sounds unfinished.
Yeah. I'll look around. Falling back to the funk. I mean, that died, what did I say, 32 years ago?
April 79 or something?
July
June
2nd.
79?
July 2nd, 1979. That was the day that George Clinton kicked the funk clean overboard. And that's
Wait,
apparent.
if anybody
again.
could do it, it's George.
Damn right. Not a fan.
There's no sharpness to the guitars. Everything sounds muted somehow. There was a few parts I liked, but there was a lot more that I did not like.
The Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie.
What you got to say about that, Mr. Radiohead?
No. Didn't like any bit of this one.
First single I heard, and I checked it out from the Peppers at this point. Like I had checked back out, but yeah, I remember this song. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like this one's up there for I forgot about it. Like of their top 5 worst singles, this is up there.
Zephyr song sounded pretty good right about now.
Yeah, it's all pretty good comparatively. Did I let you
that one
know?
Was a single for real?
Oh,
Yeah.
that just felt slapped
I
together.
didn't look at the singles on this one because
Yeah,
the
no,
song
Yeah, that was
just
like the
The
pre-order
lead-off,
it now
yeah.
single.
Yeah.
Oh. If I had heard
Yeah.
that like as a single for the album, there's no fucking way I would have bought this album.
That's why I never bought this one.
Welcome to the world. Yeah.
I didn't look up the
Here's the
singles
worst
on
part,
this
it's
one because not a
2011
single
when this
song
shit's
stood
going
out
on.
to me as being a single.
So did I let you know that you slapped the song together? No, you didn't let me know that you just slapped this song together and called it a day. It's not coordinated at all. It felt the trumpet and vocals were 4-step points. I don't know what they were trying to do here.
It had this weird California surf jazz feel to it. It was different, but it's not sure it's what I want from the Peppers.
No.
Goodbye Hooray. I don't know, I kind of like the build-ups maybe. I'll See You Around. That was kind of cool. Post-chorus was decent maybe. Best song on album. Note this is a very low bar.
Goodbye Hooray. So far the best song on the album for me.
It's funny because that was my exact thoughts too. This is
I
the
like-
only song I
This
like.
is where we remind everybody that we don't know each other's notes. This is unscripted. You're watching our reactions to what we think.
Yep. I like the crash sounding riff that Josh was doing. Like the chorus was decent.
It was kind of catchy.
Happiness Loves Company. Do 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 do. Head sway song. This is stupid. What are we doing here? It's just shit.
Had a Beatles feel to it. But
Is the piano maybe?
Kiedis's vocals like completely kill the feel of the song for me.
Police Station. Meh. Another overly simplified, slow song.
Horrible and horribly disappointing being a Chili Peppers song called Police Station, and this is what they went with.
Even you, Brutus? Slow, dragging bullshit.
Why do the Peppers sound like the Black Eyed Peas? I don't want to do this anymore.
That's perfect. Meet me at the corner. Slow, dragging bullshit.
More boring, sad boy shit, and it's over 4 minutes long.
Dance, dance, dance. Slow, dragging
Slow.
bullshit.
Again with the misleading song titles. This song did not make me want to dance. Dumb closer for a dumb album. One riff does not save this album for me. I only like the riff in fucking Goodbye Hooray. Like, that was it.
Okay, so I
Someone
just
say
want to
something
point out a few things here. One, John is gone. Okay.
Yeah.
And you can
That's
tell
apparent.
he's gone.
Noticeably.
Yes, very noticeable.
And you gotta cut Josh.
Oh, my Lord,
a little
Hannah.
slack.
We're okay.
You gotta
Hand
cut. You gotta cut.
Hand check.
Yeah, hand check.
I
Jazz
got, like-
hands.
You gotta cut Josh a little slack here. It was his first album with the band. They were probably trying to get it's not easy to replace somebody like that. And then I know that Josh, like John, actually was kind of praying him like live. You could see Josh in the back praying live with John too. And
Yeah,
so
he was his tech.
Yeah. And
for,
but
like,
before
a Stadium
John left,
Arcadian store.
if you watch the YouTube videos of them playing live, you see Josh in the back like actually playing guitar. You know, I don't know if he's playing second. I don't know what he's doing back there, but he's
It's
playing.
not the playing that's the problem. Josh is
Yeah.
a phenomenal player. It's
Oh, yeah.
songwriting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
See, but you can tell that they replaced a key member here because these songs aren't really floating right now. It does have some bright points, you know, in my opinion. Like Monarchy of Roses, I think is a strong opener. Monarchy of Roses, again, reference to women's anatomy, a lot in there of that. But it's a good song. I think it has a very, very strong hook in there.
Was it a single?
I'm not sure.
Most
Yeah,
of
that
I
was a
think
video.
they only
for it.
had the
Singles,
one
but-
single from this.
Yeah,
and
there
it
was a
flopped
video
so
for
hard they didn't even bother.
Brandon's Death song is another high point here for me. I thought it was a good tune. The video for that was also fun. Fun to watch. Ethiopia, I think is catchy as heck. That EIOIEIA, I thought that was pretty clever. Again, not a very it's just a fun song to listen to, I think. That was another high point in here. Look Around, catchy, right? To what it is. The Adventures of Rand, Dance Maggie. Now, I think that was filmed in Venice. That video where they're playing on the rooftop of a building on Venice Beach, probably because they're all out California. But
No way. Where did you hear that?
pretty much every album up until this point. And I don't know. I think this is an album. If you're expecting regular Chili Peppers, you're not going to hear it because a big part of it was John, and John is gone here. And I think it's them just trying to pull something together with Josh, who you are right. He's a phenomenal musician. He's with Pearl Jam right now, actually. And, and I just
also
don't
have
think
some legal troubles that don't necessarily point him in the a good light.
Yeah, that's true. Recent events have come up with him.
Well, he is a Chili
Yeah.
Pepper now.
Yeah, and he was the youngest member.
Well, Mr. Eddie Vedder's being pretty quiet about that so far, but that'll be an interesting comment.
Yeah, and Josh is the youngest member of a band introduced to the Hall of Fame too, because he was introduced with the Peppers right about now too.
Yeah.
So I just think it's just an album where they're trying to feel each other, trying to find what works. I'm not saying that it did. All I'm saying is like if you don't dissect music like a surface level listener, a passive listener, it's not that bad. Like it does have some high points. But if you are one of those that are like, the history, the discography, the hits of the past, and you're like, I'm expecting this, then yeah, this is not gonna be for you.
I wasn't. Well,
This is the Alice in Chains Black Turns to Blue for the Chili Peppers. Like, this is their first album with a new guitarist. They're feeling it
Well,
out.
but it's not.
But it's not.
You
Yeah,
could
Black
really
Keys-
say this is One Hot Minute Part 2.
Well, yeah. I'm not counting the one because this is a
but
different
One Hot Minute
guitarist.
was better.
Sure.
This is their
They
second
had
go
Jack
round.
Sherman too, and Hillel had a couple albums under his belt. So
That
new
but this is
guitar
their
player
second
isn't
go round
anything
doing
new.
this shit.
Yeah, but it's not a new guitar. It's for Sean, like John, the
Yeah, but
mind,
Frusciante
like,
wrote like fucking 90% of the last 3 records. Last 5 records, really.
And we've said it on the last 3 records. Frusciante is the shining light of this band from here on out.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, and
he is the only thing interesting going on.
what I'm really curious about is like, why is Flea not here either? You know, like, or not much. Like, he should be all over this, but so I don't know. Maybe they got used to handing over the reins to, hey, you know, you write, and then we'll follow. I don't know what's going on, because the biography only goes up to Californication. I have no idea what was happening here with the band or anything like that.
So,
But
I'm gonna just quick butt in and mention, only because we said The Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie. Yeah, that was the first single. This album had 4 singles.
Yeah, I thought so.
What?
Well, let me guess.
Yeah.
It was Monarchy of Roses, Brendan's Death Song, Ethiopia, and Rain Dance Maggie.
No, Ethiopia wasn't.
Nope, Ethiopia was not. Of all the songs on here, Look Around was the other single.
What?
Look around.
So it was Adventures of Rain Dance Maggie was the first one, Monarchy
Okay.
of Roses was the second one, Look Around was third, followed by Brendan's Death Song.
That's what I'm saying, man. If you're a passive listener, this is not a bad album. Like, if you don't dissect music.
And, you know, Josh does a pretty good Frusciante impression.
Yeah, no, he does. He does fine. Like, if you're not like fanatic, or not even that, if you don't really listen to music, you know, if you're just kind of, the Pepper's cool, you know, this is not a bad
And one
album.
thing I really liked about this album too, that they hadn't really done yet in this entire discography, is this feels much more like it was done in a garage. There's a little in between song banter. There, you know, the song starts with a little like pre-song, like 1, 2, 3, 4s. Like, you guys ready? Okay, here we go. It really sounds like a band trying to work together, and I think that translates well on here. Now, did they work well together? Well, I can't spoil my rankings, but
Who hasn't talked about this one yet?
Okay, I haven't yet. I got things to say too, but not too much. From the get-go, this did not sound like the Peppers to me. From the very first song, I was like, this doesn't sound like them. It's a totally different direction. It just... There's a lot of dissonance. The band member, it doesn't sound like they work well together. It doesn't mesh. I don't know. It just didn't work.
thus continuing
Yeah, right?
the pattern of
Death
good
Song.
album, bad album.
Exactly. I get to Brendan's Death Song and I'm like, this is some emo shit. But it's not good emo. It's bad emo. Just saying. Ethiopia, swing and a miss. Doesn't do it for me. Yeah, it really
Yeah.
didn't. Annie, it's like they're still trying to do the emo thing, but now they're like behind the trend. You know, like when they did it in the 90s, it was like ahead of its time. But doing it now, it after 2010, after the peak of emo, now it feels like they're trying to catch a trend that's already gone. And it just isn't working for me. Look Around, I hated the song. I flat hated it. It sucks. It's the worst song on the album.
Which is why I disagree with Ed saying, like, if you're just a casual listener, I think this one had the worst singles.
Yeah,
From
I was
any
like,
Peppers
I can't
record.
believe that's a single. It was the worst. It was a bad
I'm not
song.
saying I'm not saying that it was a it might have been a little successful, but all I'm saying is, like, if you're not, you know, if you're a radio listener, these tunes pop up.
They're horrible,
listen
though.
to
They're
Yeah,
horrible.
and like Rain Dance Maggie was so bad too, so bad. And I mean, I didn't really like any of these. Goodbye Hooray was like the only song I really liked on this one, and it's just because it's kind of catchy and like sounds like a radio song, not because it's particularly good.
He
was
does
just a
this
little
really
catchy.
cool riff, like
I'm
sound
really-
effect on his guitar.
Yeah, and that's about it.
I'm
That's
really
about it.
surprised that that actually wasn't a single.
Right.
Because that was a high point in that record too.
I don't know. It was just weird. I just thought Happinessless Company also weird. It just doesn't. It's not cohesive. Police Station. I wanted this to be like the police helicopter one.
Right. That's what I was going with.
And
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was like this weird, like emo stuff. I did like the piano though, but like it was still just. It didn't work. All of these were just kind of like that. They were just And then Even You, Brutus. I have something to say about that one. Okay, so there's this one verse in there that was just like. Here, I'll read it. Where? Let me find it. Okay. People tried to tell me what not to do. They shouldn't make it with a younger girl. And too many chances for the foot to drop. I tried to tell them what I found was a pearl. So he's like defending the fact that he like, don't tell me what to do. I'm gonna get with a younger girl. He's like, ugh.
I just want to point out that because when I was editing Blood Sugar Sex Magic, I remember this conversation where, we were talking about the Beastie Boys. The Beastie Boys have come out and apologized for their early lyrics. The Descendants have come out and apologized for their earlier comments because the 80s, it was a different time. Blah, blah, blah.
It was a
and both those
They were a lot
bands,
younger, not as
social
informed.
expectations were different.
both those bands have come out, apologized, and nobody looks at the Descendants and goes after them, or the Beastie Boys. The Chili Peppers, here we are in 2011, and he's still defending it.
And he's like doubling down on it.
Doubling down, and he's not done yet.
And this is the album cycle that they get inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as well. They go in 2012.
And I'm just like, this album's so bad, and those lyrics are so bad. Like, for the time, okay, if that was like 1980, whatever, that those lyrics would get a pass. In the 90s, those lyrics would get a pass. But we're at a point now where like the social expectations of like the
Me
age
Too
gap,
is coming right around the corner.
you can't.
Like,
You can't.
Yeah.
You just can't anymore. Like, you just don't. It's wrong. And at this point, they're way older. Like, back then, they were in their 20s, so they were getting with a girl who was, like, in her teens. It's more...
Yeah, here they're pushing 50.
It's not as gross. Here, they're, like, old enough to almost be the girl's grandpa. Like, it ain't dad status anymore. It's grandpa status now.
he's reaching for that great-granddad Steven Tyler prestige.
It's icky. That's all I got. I don't know.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I didn't think this album was great. Like, Flea is notably missing. I don't think I noticed a single song where Flea stood out at all. Like, I don't think I heard bass like on any of these.
Not even just bass. They brought in an additional musician to play trumpet on this record.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't even do the trumpet on
He
this
didn't
album?
even do the trumpet.
And like,
Well,
it's not even
yeah,
just
that's your first mistake.
like the bass is missing on the guitar. I know it's a new guitarist, so like you can tell that it's different, and you can tell that he's a talented guitarist, but it doesn't work. Like, he's got talent, but it doesn't mesh. It's not cohesive.
One thing I do
Almost like we had
remember
this
hearing.
exact same conversation on One Hot Minute.
Yeah.
I take that back, actually. One thing I do remember reading or listening or watching something about this period is I think Flea, he went to college, like for music.
Yeah, he did. He went.
Yeah.
So I think this might have been that time period where he was going to, and by the way, like at this period in their life, Flea has started like his own music thing for children. Like, I mean, it wasn't just the Peppers that they were involved. They were involved.
Yeah, well, because he
in
got
all
married and
kinds
had
of stuff.
kids and kind of like settled down more.
Yeah, and he had like a school for music for children that he was helping too. So he had like a bunch of stuff.
As far as I know.
Yeah. So it might have been that. Maybe he was just busy,
Maybe, but no excuses.
Too
They did
busy to
decide
do
to
your
put this
job,
record
though?
out.
Like, and
You
like
have one job.
musical quality aside, I feel like lyrically, the lyric writing is also in decline.
Oh
I'd agree with
yeah,
that.
Like
I
he,
agree with that.
like they reached a peak between Californication to Stadium Arcade. There was like a peak
like, you can't
there,
write a
a
song
good
like that.
lyric writing, and then this is like bad. This is bad lyrics.
Yeah.
There's no bass. It's bad lyrics. The guitar is good but doesn't work. It's like it's bad. This album is bad. Anyway, that's my take.
All right. Man, why couldn't I guess this one? Fuck.
Does Tim planned ahead?
Yeah.
That's
Hey.
right.
Just because I said it was bad doesn't mean necessarily that I'm gonna rank it low.
Well,
'Cause
for those
I'm weird like that.
those like weird people out there on YouTube land who searched Red Hot Chili Peppers I'm With You review and somehow stumbled upon this video, these are our current rankings. We all have a different number one, but everything's kind of floating there. And if you're a returning viewer, we thank you.
And two of those number ones are also somebody's last place.
True.
That's true.
But
That's
if you're a
true.
returning viewer,
If you're a returning viewer, we thank you and stick around.
All right, I'm gonna upset somebody where I'm gonna put this.
Well,
and
hold up.
that's
It's
okay.
not your turn to guess. It's Tim's turn to guess.
I'm
it's
used to
Tim's
people
turn to
being mad at me.
guess. Okay.
Hey, if we want
I-
to
Go ahead.
Tim,
Go ahead. Tell me what you're going to say.
No,
Tim,
no,
just
Ed.
just know that I'm gonna put it somewhere that's gonna upset people.
Okay.
Okay, so it's not going
Well,
there.
I
Fred.
don't think people care about this album. So, Ed, I think you're going to put it above Uplift Mofo Party Plan.
A little higher.
Yeah, we might go a little higher, but you're at least above Uplift Mofo.
Oh
right?
yeah, oh yeah.
Higher than One Hot Minute.
Yep.
It's not better than Mother's Milk.
Is he putting
I
it
told you it was
above
gonna upset people.
Don't make me pull
over
out the
a
slap button, Ed.
Frusciante album? Oh my god.
Don't make me pull out the slap button, Ed.
Dude.
Yeah, right there, right
Dude.
there.
You getting a
Damn.
whale tail. You
Right
getting a
there.
whale tail.
Yeah, I might have to throw a whale tail like that.
Bro, hey, the
higher?
singles. I don't think the singles in this are bad. I really don't.
Oh.
I think they're
You
very
think that, yeah, but
listenable.
you think they're better than the singles from Mother's Milk, Knock Me Down, Higher Ground?
I don't really go back to those very much. Like
Oh.
I just don't, So yeah, I do.
Is it better
Sorry.
than By the Way?
Sorry.
No, it's all right. You can
No,
have
no,
your
no,
opinion.
no.
Doesn't
We
mean
are
it's a
all
good opinion,
entitled
but you
to
can
our
have one.
opinions.
Yes, we're
That
entitled
was-
to our opinions, but we're still going to talk shit about each other's opinions. So,
Oh.
all right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Hannah's gonna have it below Uplift Mofo,
Not quite that low.
so below By the Way.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Just remember, Tim, I hated Mother's Milk.
No, I remember.
you need to
Okay,
go back to Mother's Milk, for real.
you definitely do. That's peak Chili Peppers right there.
Ed needs to go back to it, obviously, but
So, Bill, are you saying it's worse
whatever.
than Mother's Milk?
What?
Are you saying it's worse than Mother's Milk?
Yes.
oh, thank God.
Right.
He didn't want that. He didn't want that whale tail right there.
No, I would no. I know it was kind of almost trying to throw you off, but like, remember, I hated Mother's Milk. The color coding will definitely tell all for when I get done with this.
Yeah. I was saying the color coding.
The
is
color code will
definitely-
tell all.
Color code will tell
some of these,
all.
I feel like
Jason,
it's hard to put one above the other because they're on the same.
yeah, and well, some colors it doesn't matter what's above the other.
Yeah.
If they're all
they're
doing
the
shit.
same.
So I think Jason and I are actually going to agree on this, and both say it's worse than By the Way, because we're going to both feel that they're equally bad, but we'll give the point to Frusciante.
We are unscripted, but that is 100% exactly right.
It was like that's how I felt too. It's like they're
At least,
equally
by the
bad,
way,
but,
sounds like boring Chili Peppers.
Right.
This doesn't even have that going for it. One riff
Yeah,
does not
no,
save an album.
That's agreeable. By the way, it was just boring. It's not like it wasn't bad. It was just boring. This one's bad.
These are some interesting rankings here.
Yeah, they are.
My number one is no longer anyone's last place. I'll take it.
Hey, I mean, Tim's number one. Oh, yeah, I guess Ed still has it down there.
So does Hannah.
That's Hannah.
Oh, yeah, shit.
They need to go back to that one.
After By the Way and yeah.
Hollywood.
I still got a hot take coming, so I'm going to shake some shit up. But I don't want to hear shit from Ed anymore about Californication being too low when he put this album over Mother's Milk.
Man,
All credibility
it has
is
to
gone.
do, bro. Like I go back more to the singles from this album than I do from Mother's Milk.
Yeah, but the
It's just-
singles in this one
But
are
The
you're
so
singles
bad.
don't make the album, man.
I
The
don't
whole
think
album.
they are. I don't think they're
You're
bad.
talking about
Like I
so,
really
okay,
don't. I
the
don't know.
singles. The one that has a
Like,
shitty speaker issue going on. The one that it's not bad. I said kind of catchy only because it's repetitive. The one where they went full funk back on it and it was shit. And what the hell was the other one again? Oh yeah, no, like it was just a bad
If you
song.
see me
Okay,
getting high,
I'm not saying
knock me
Mother's
down.
Milk's a bad album. All I'm saying is that album sounds dated, first of all, and it just
2011.
No, he's
I
talking
mean,
Mother's Milk.
No,
it is
Mother's
dated
Milk.
a little bit,
Mother-
but that's
you know what I mean?
okay.
And-
F-A-G-I-T. See you on the court.
Good time, boys. That's way better than fucking Mariachi Rose or whatever it was.
Knock me down.
Johnny. All right.
Fucking
All right.
Such a good chorus.
Up next, we got another Josh album, The Getaway.
he tried
Do
to
they
get away,
approve?
but they had cameras on him.
Oh.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Stick
I'm getting
around
tired.
for
That was. I'm sorry, Josh.
that was good.
That was a good one.
Thank you.
Be safe, make good decisions.